As much fun as it is looking at homes and buying homes, it's important to know what the financial aspect is that you'll be required to be able to purchase something. First of all, down payment. I know you know that a down payment is typically required, but there's a lot of options where there isn't one. USDA has no down payment. VA, if you're a veteran, has no down payment. USDA is traditionally in more rural areas where VA can be anywhere. FHA, 3.5% down, is a great tool. That's how I bought my first property, through FHA. Another great one is conventional, which is very typical. 5% or more. I've seen 3% as well, but this is the one that people say, oh, if I get 20%, I won't have mortgage insurance. You don't need 20% to buy a home. Now, there's a lot of options when it comes to having more money to put into a property, but that's not necessary. And it's so important to reach out to one of our brokers to be able to figure out what is going to be the best financial situation for you. But let's say you have down payment, I'll figure it out. What are your other costs going to be? Well, first of all, we're going to have an inspection on that property. You're going to want to have a full inspection of the building. You're going to want to have a sewer scope to make sure the sewer is good. Typically, the buyer inspects, the seller pays for the pumping. They happen at the same time. If it's a well, we would have a well test done. And then radon as well. These inspections can be anywhere between like $800 to $1,500 depending on the property. Obviously, bigger properties are more expensive. But if you're just looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you're probably looking $500 for an inspection. Radon, probably another $150, $200 sewer line. Now, when you go to order an appraisal, the lender is going to ask you to pay for the appraisal. Now, that could be anywhere between $700, I've seen as high as $3,000, but you're probably looking at about $1,000 to $1,500. Now, in some cases like VA, they cover those costs. And most lenders can also take those costs and wrap them into the rate, or have them as part of your buyer closing costs at the end that you can wrap them in the sale. Buyer closing costs are closing costs from the title company, the government fees to record, your lender fees, and then 13 months of prepaid taxes to have an escrow account. Because the market's really opened up, we're having a lot of our buyers ask the sellers to cover their closing costs, or just increase the price to wrap them in. By having the seller pay for them or wrapping them into the loan or raising the interest rate a little bit, it allows for you not to have to bring that cash to close. But typically you're looking down payment, you're looking at inspections. And then don't forget, you do have to moving people if you are going to hire it out, and kind of plan for having a good amount of money for the actual move itself. So yeah, if you're wanting to really get down in the nitty-gritty on your financial situation, please reach out to one of our brokers. We'd be happy to just walk you through the process, whether you're thinking about tomorrow or 5 years from now. We are going through these kind of numbers every single day and love to be able to shed light so that when you are ready, you know exactly what will be down to the penny.